How's it going, everybody? Sarasota, Tim. Well, here we are back in Sarasota, Bradenton. Back home, home sweet home. It is 86 degrees, feels like 97, 10:28 a.m. I walked 3 miles at the mall. I got 6,000 steps so far. Not a bad start. Might take a ride somewhere today to a place. I don't know if I'm going to go or not. I'll let you know. It's not on a trip or anything. It's just a place. And a CC rider needs a bath. So we're on our way to Sud Stop. And we're going to have to do a mojo. It's going to require a little pre-washing prior to washing the windshield. I don't think that little rubbing thing that goes over you for a second is going to rub off some of these, because my windshield wipers in the fluid isn't doing it. And there's some bugs that hit the bumper. The problem with the bugs in traveling in Florida is, the sun bakes them on. They're like, you got to use some elbow grease. But you want to make sure you get them good and soft before, the bug itself can scratch your car trying to rub it off. So I know what I'm doing, but I had a large coffee from McDonald's this morning with 8 cream. It was the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. But on the way to Sud Stop right now, I'm going to hit up Scooters, and I'm going to scoot on in there to get a small with heavy whipping cream. And of course, no donuts, but they got the $1 donut deal for you. You get a cup of donuts for $1 if you so are interested. Carnivore, baby, carnivore. Today seems like a month. It's probably only been about a week or 6 or 7 days, 8 days, maybe. But I've been on it. And I have not cheated. I have eaten nothing but meat. I went to dinner a couple of times. All I had was the meat. That's it. I bought some lunch meat at Publix last night when I got back, and I got some turkey, some cheese, and 2 different kinds of cheeses. And I've lost weight. I've totally lost weight. I weighed at Publix 205. I was 202 the other day. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe because it was a public scale. Maybe because it was the evening. Last night you weigh in, supposed to weigh in the morning. I know you say don't weigh, look at inches. And one thing's for sure, I do feel great. I've been feeling great since like day 2. Those inflammatory things that I was apparently eating, whatever they were, I was eating everything that I've eschewed from my diet, have really given me very good feeling, So, and without really doing a lot of weightlifting, because I've been on vacation for about 4 days, I haven't been to a gym at all. I feel still sort of muscular. I think that the protein definitely is replacing the fat. So it's still, hey, look, what are you going to expect in 7 or 8 days? But I am not quitting. I am all about this. I was being offered yesterday a very delicious looking fruit salad and some other edibles that were part of a diet that I, indulged in prior. And my strength, what's the word, to not accept it, not eat it, not be tempted, was right there. It was a close temptation of a couple things, maybe because when you're away and you can't throw something on the grill or have your own stove to whip up some bacon, boil some eggs, and do your own thing, or go to your own refrigerator and have lunch meat and things available right there, and you're out and you got to go buy everything, and it has to either be lunch meat, because you can't just go, you can go sit at a restaurant and buy a steak, or a burger. Now, I did do one thing that some of you have suggested more than one time regarding the carnivore diet, is you can go to McDonald's or Burger King's or whatever and get those hamburgers or double cheeseburgers or whatever, and just take the meat off. Well, if you actually order that only from McDonald's, if you call that meat, I did it yesterday on the ride back. I got 2 double cheeseburgers, but I asked for just the meat. And so I was going to get it, the sandwich, and then just take it off myself, or tell them not to put the ketchup and things on there, or just nothing, just the bread. Or if you just order the meat, they actually give you a little discount. Because I did that this morning when I ordered a sausage patty. I didn't get the eggs and sausage. I just ordered a sausage patty with my coffee. It was $1.59. So in a pinch, you can do that. But what I discovered yesterday, it was buy one, get one for $1. So that was fortuitous when I got the 2 double cheeseburgers, and then I asked it for just the meat. I've never had that where I just eat the meat, right? It's always been on the burger. That patty, those patties, they're very thin, and there was 2. I think that's why they call them double, because I think one's just as thick. They were really thin with the cheese on them. It was so salty. I mean, really. And I don't mind salt, but when that's all I tasted, I was thinking, man, there's a lot of salt on this. Maybe Burger King would be a better, or maybe a 1/4 pounder with cheese, and just order the patty. In a pinch, not as an everyday thing, but people say, you can do that. So that's the bottom line with the carnivore is, I want to diet because I do want to lose weight. I do want to diet with the carnivore because I don't believe that the Mediterranean diet, where you eat the vegetables and the fruit, is really that advantageous. I believe some of those vegetables and salads are inflammatory. If you don't buy pure organic and all these things, I don't know which one it was, but someone said on YouTube that plants have a natural defense system, so they're not eaten and they can keep replenishing. And fruits have a natural eat me, so that they will be discarded through bowel movements from animals, and the seeds spread on the ground so that they could replenish. Now, as crazy as that sounds, also, I've had a lot of pushback, some pushback from people on this carnivore diet, as anybody on the carnivore diet will get, that, yeah, that was the ancestral diet. That's all they ate was meat, but they only lived to be 30 years old. So I don't know what you got to say about that, carnivore folks, but that's an interesting analogy and a true one, that life didn't last very long. Maybe they were eaten by dinosaurs or something. But I do feel good, and I don't feel like I'm malnutritioned or anything like that by not having my vegetables. At the same time, I am somewhat confused and conflicted about eating plant-based foods that are known to be, always said they were, nutritious packed vegetables. So I'm not sitting here as a hardcore carnivore, and I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to deviate from carnivore at this moment. Hey, scoot on around. It's just up here. It's not too far. I got to scoot on. There it is. Let's scoot on into Scooters and get us a small regular with 4 heavy whipping creams. Let's do it. So yeah, enjoying my Scooters coffee here, and I just realized something else I wanted to share with you guys. I had someone yesterday, I get free Netflix with T-Mobile and Paramount Plus. A couple of benefits, for being a high dollar payer, $70 a month. But I do got high speed. And now I got this Wi-Fi cell phone, I should say, booster, high boost it's called, HI boost. Anyway, I always recommended on Netflix to watch Liver King. Who has seen Liver King? This guy, Brian Johnson is his name, made a fortune on YouTube and TikTok and all the other social medias and selling liver supplements or something, claiming to be, this guy looks like Mr. Universe. You guys remember, if you're my age, back in the old days, there was magazines, and they always had these little square pictures advertising a thing called a bull worker. And it was like it looked like a shock absorber. You push it in, and this one little thing through isometrics, and they had pictures of these guys that were just bulging, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger just wished he could look that big. These guys were huge. Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger did look that big. And so this guy, Liver King, Brian Johnson, was promoting eating liver and gonads and all that raw and working out, that you could look like him. So thousands, millions of viewers and thousands of people were buying into his story, and I won't tell you the end, but they all went for this carnivorous diet, and you got to see it. It's called Liver King. It's a documentary, and it's about an hour. But I was recommended to watch it, and I'm not big on sitting watching things on Netflix and Paramount and all that. I just kind of, I don't know. Hey, where'd this guy get that little brush? I'm going to use that. I'm here at Sudstop, and I got to do a little pre-washing before I go in. But check that show out. Pretty twisty turn of events at the end there. I didn't see that coming. Anyway, crush it.